Welcome to all. New day. We're gonna start with a new topic in mathematics, which is called polynomial. So, yes, polynomial, and many people by this time, by hearing the word called polynomial, would be thinking that this would be the most, one of the difficult topic in mathematics. And there are other set of people who would be thinking by this time that no, it is just a cup of tea for me. It's not a big matter. So it doesn't matter. Both the people just listen to me for some time now. We will be talking about the certain important aspects within the polynomial topic. By the end of the video, I'm sure that you wouldn't be having any doubt with respect to the topics that I'm going to take right now. Okay, so let's dive into the topic. First, polynomial. Let's before diving into the examples or problems, first understand the meaning of polynomial. Okay, what is polynomial? It is a mathematical expression. Okay, mathematical expression. Oh, we know expression, right? We give lot of facial expression. If I'm asking you that whether you love cricket or not, whether you love mathematics or not, that would be the, most common question among students. Whether you like mathematics or not. If I'm asking that question to you, by looking at your facial expression, I can understand. If you love it, I can understand. If you hate it, I can understand because it is a kind of facial expression, right? So what is mathematical expression then? Mathematical expression, we are expressing something by using a mathematical term. What are the terms that we use here? Let's see that. mm, Sorry, variable. Okay, yeah, variable, coefficient, exponent. So these are the three important terminology that we're going to study. Okay, so you would be thinking like, uh, we are here to look how to solve the problems, but you are teaching what is polynomial and what is variable, coefficient, exponent. I can understand your hurry, but be calm. Let's clear the basic first so that we can understand the concept very clearly later, right? So what is variable? Variable is something unknown to us. If your friend is asking you that whose video you are watching right now, you won't be having any answer to say because you don't know my name, you don't know anything about me. So what you would be saying, there is a guy in YouTube who is teaching polynomial in the name of uh, my YouTube channel name you would be telling, right? So that is an unknown thing to you. That is why you couldn't tell my name properly, correctly, precisely, right? Likewise, in mathematics, whenever we don't know something, we use the concept of variable. So how do you mention variable? How do you express variable? By using alphabetic letter like X, Y, Z. Okay. By using these kind of letters, we express the variable. Like for example, we have a value here, okay, but we don't know what value it is. So how we express that? There is a value called x, that's it, but we don't know the number. So in a mathematics, whenever we are not aware about something, when we don't know exactly, we use the variable like that. Okay, then coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient is a number, okay, which is attached with a variable. Like if there is a x, this x is called variable, right? If there is 2 along with the x, this particular 2 is called a coefficient. So whatever number, it can be 1 2 3 4, whatever number, when the number is attached with the variable together, right, that particular number is called coefficient. It can be 2x, it can be 5x, it can be 10x. This number is called 10 is called coefficient and x is called variable. So you're clear, right? So we can see the exponent. If there is x, what will be, sorry, I'm writing x here, right? What is there in the power? I didn't write anything, right? Which means there exists 1. X power 1. This power, whatever written in the power, is called exponent. It can be x power 1 or it can be x power 2, x power 3, x power 10. Whatever you're writing in the power, that is called exponent. Okay, so we know what is variable, we know what is coefficient, we know what is exponent. When we are expressing something by using these three concepts, that is called a mathematical expression. That particular mathematical expression will become the polynomial. Okay, that is the concept behind the polynomial. They have mentioned one more concept here, the degree of polynomial. So what is degree of polynomial? So we know what is exponent, right? If there exists 4x squared plus 10 equation, okay, here there is 2. The highest power in the equation is called degree. Here 2 is the highest power, right? So degree will be 2. For example, there exists 4x cubed plus 5x squared plus 10. What is the degree here? Degree is equal to 3. Why? There exists 2, there exists 3. Which one is bigger? I hope that you guys wouldn't be having doubt between which one is greater, right? It is very basic one. 3 is greater than 2. So here the degree is 3. For example, 5 power 5x power 5 plus 4x power 4 plus 3x power 3 is equal to 0. So what is the degree here? We have 3, we have 4, we have 5. So 5 is the biggest thing, right? Biggest number. So degree of that equation will be 5. So this is the degree that you need to remember. This is a very basic thing. So that is the degree of the polynomial, right? So they have given few examples. We can read it. 4x plus 3 is polynomial because we have variable, we have coefficient, etc. Right? Here the in the 4x plus 2 is a polynomial in the variable x, right, of degree 1. Why 1? Because we can see x power 1 here, that is by degree 1. In the equation 2x, okay, 2y squared minus 3y plus y, here what is the degree? We can see that 2 is the highest one, right? So that is by degree is 2 here. See here, x cube 4x squared, right? Then x power 1. What is the highest degree here? X power 3, right? That is by degree is 3. So this is a basic thing. Okay, now we are done with the degree. We are done with the explanation behind the polynomial. We are done with what is variable, what is coefficient, what is exponent. Then we are done with the degree as well, right? So dive into the next topic, the types of polynomial. Yeah, while having your favorite foods, there will be a lot of flavors, especially in ice cream, right? Whenever we get more flavors, we will feel more happy. But in mathematics, whenever there is a lot of flavors, we will feel very worried, right? I don't know why, but anyway, we are supposed to study these types, so no other way for us. Linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. So many people would be thinking that polynomial itself seems very difficult for me. Then why are you mentioning linear, quadratic, and cubic, right? I can understand. Okay, let me clear this particular area. Linear means not a, it's not a a big a space lines. No, if x power 1 comes, which is linear. Linear means generally it is 1 in mathematics, right? Whenever a degree is 1, then we call it as linear polynomial. Whenever the degree is 2, degree 2 means what? X power 2, right? X power in that equation more than 2, it won't come. X power 3 won't come. X power 4 won't come because the degree is 2, right? Degree means what? The highest exponent in that equation, right? So x power 2 would be the maximum limit. If it is degree 2, then it is quadratic. If it is 3, then x cube, x squared plus x plus any number equal to 0. If it is the case, the degree is 3, right? That is why it is cubic polynomial. So we know what is linear, we know what is quadratic, we know what is cubic. I don't want to explain more than this. This is enough. And in this video, we are going to study quadratic polynomial. We're not going to study all the aspects of quadratic polynomial because we don't have that much time here. So just very important topic, two topics like factorization and completing square. These two topics we are going to see in this video. All right. So before that, we need to understand a concept called p of x. Okay, we know what is polynomial here, right? But we know that 4x plus 1, this is polynomial. This is called a linear polynomial. Okay, if it is x 3x plus 1, it is called what? Quadratic, right? If it is x power 3, it is cubic. Fine, but okay, in the school you will be having identical, right? Likewise, every equation need to be identified by using particular expression, and in polynomial it will be these equations will be expressed in terms of p of x is equal to 4x cube plus 3x squared plus x. This is how we express. Okay, this is polynomial. Okay, but we equate this with p of x. This is a basic thing. Okay, p of x is equal to, you need to mention that equation. Okay, you will be replacing this x with any number 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can replace any number. Okay, like let me give you an example. Substitute x is equal to 1. Okay, then p of x will turn into p of 1, because wherever there exists x, you need to replace x with 1. So p of 1 is equal to 4 cube plus 3 square plus I'm writing this from here. I hope that you can understand that. So 1 cube will be 1, right? So 4 into 1 plus 1 squared also 1, right? So yeah, so sorry, here it will come 1. So 4 plus 3 plus 1 is equal to 8. So p of 1 equal to 8. Likewise, you can substitute any number to the expression called 1. When you apply 1, we are getting 0. Sorry, we are getting 8 here, right? So when you are substituting one number, and if you get the value of 0, then that particular number is called root of the equation. This is very important topic. Okay, root of the equation. So what I'm trying to convey, when you substitute 1 here, you are getting 8. Likewise, if you can substitute any number. Okay, when you get 0, uh, in this equation we need to solve, but whenever you get 0, okay, what if here I substituted 1. So whenever you get 0, whatever the number you substituted over there, that number will become the root of that equation. Okay, and we need to find out the root by putting which number we can get 0. This is the question. For that only we are factorization method, then completing square method. We are going to use these two methods only to find out that root, which number will give 0 to us. That is the only thing we are going to find out. Okay, so I hope that you got the clarity about what we're gonna study further, right? So we are here with quadratic equation, and how the quadratic equation would look like. It's look like something like this, right? So something like this: x squared, sorry, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, we know that in a quadratic equation degree has to be 2. That is why we are having x squared. No, not beyond that. Okay, so what is a here, what is b here, what is c here? You would be feeling very confused, right? In the example we have seen that 4x squared plus 3x plus 5 5 is equal to 0, right? Here 4, right, 3, 5, these are coefficient. Okay, but while explaining the standard form we replace that with alphabet like a, b or c, just like how we express a formula like a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? Likewise, rather than mentioning the number, because we use number while solving the problem. Okay, but while explaining the standard form we use like a structure of the equation. This is, if you mention quadratic equation has to be like this. There has to be x squared, there has to be x, one constant. This is the standard form. So whenever we are studying quadratic equation, you need to remember this thing: x squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, this is a basic thing. um, there are a lot of things they have given the life real-time application, but we don't have much time here, so let's dive into the equation straight away. Okay, before that, check whether the following is quadratic. Okay, so before entering into the problem, we need to see one thing: check whether the following is a quadratic equation or not. So how to find it out? Let's take that example. First one, x minus the whole square plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 3. We have left hand side, we have right hand side, right? So let's take the left hand side, x minus 2 the whole square plus 1, and this looks like a minus b the whole squared formula, right? A minus b the whole square is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. What is a here? X. What is b here? 2. Okay, a squared, which means x squared minus 2 into a b, right, plus b squared, which is 4. So x squared minus 4x, right, 2 into 2 4, then x, right, then plus, sorry, 4, because b squared, which means 2 squared is 4, so 4. Okay, so we got x squared minus 4x plus 4. This is what um, this particular expansion of this particular term. Then what we have? We have plus 1, right, which means x squared minus 4x plus this 4 and 1 get added, then plus 5. That is what they have written here, right? So let's dive into next step. Now we have resolved the left hand side. What we got? X squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, so uh, rather than using that particular equation, we can replace that with this one, right? That is why we are writing this here: x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, the equal to is here, the equal to is here, and what they have given the question, right hand side, 2x minus 3. So we have written 2x minus 3. Okay, so we are having x squared, so we can write it down as it is. We are having 2x here, right? What we can do, we can bring the 2x to the left hand side. Here it is positive 2x, right? When it goes over there to the left hand side, it will become how? Minus 4x is already there. If it goes to the left hand side, it will become minus 2x, right? Then plus 5 is there. The minus 3, if it goes to left hand side, it will become positive 3, right? So x squared by minus 4x minus 2x, what it will come? It will come as 6x minus 6x, right? Then 5 plus 8, 5 plus 3 equal to 8. That is how we got this equation: 5 x squared minus 6x plus 8 equal to 0, right? And we know in the beginning itself I told you that the standard form of quadratic equation has to be x squared, okay, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. It is the standard form of quadratic equation, right? So by comparing this with that equation, we check whether the equation is quadratic equation or not. We are having x squared, right? Yeah, x squared is there. We are having x, okay, x, we are having 8, which is constant, so this is perfectly matching, right? And that is why it is called it is proven that the given equation is quadratic equation. Likewise, we need to solve for one by one. Basically, this is how we find out whether the given equation is quadratic or not. So back to the concept, solving quadratic equation by factorization. This particular word will be very, seems very complicated to so many people, like the method called factorization, right? We don't need to complicate it. I will tell you in a very simplistic way, and so that you will not have any doubt after listening to that. So, factorization. Why we are doing factorization? As I mentioned before, when we substitute, we saw that p of x is equal to, the equation will come. When I replace this x with some number, 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever number, the entire equation will become 0. But finding that one number is very difficult, damn difficult. We can't put 2 and solve the equation, and 3 and solve the equation, and 4 solve the equation, and to find out and coming up the one number which gives 0 is damn difficult. So what we are doing, we are using the method called factorization. Through that method, we can easily find out that one number which makes the equation 0, right? That is a factorization. So the um, we don't want to waste time. Let's dive into the equation straight away. Find the roots of the equation by factorization. They have given the method called factorization, right? So the equation is what? 2x, okay, 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0, right? And they are asking factorization method, right? Whenever it is a factorization method, you need to do one thing, and it's not a bigger thing. Alphabet, right? And especially I. I'm not mentioning the movie acted by Vikram. I, not that I, but the symbol I, right? This is very simple, right? Anyone can do this. That's it. We are done. Sure. So you need to multiply the first digit with the last digit. Leave the variables, okay? You do not even mind the variable, just focus coefficient. And in the beginning itself, we know what is coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient is the number attached with the variable, right? So here there is 2, right? Here there is 3. So multiply these two. What will come? 2 into 3 is what? 6. Okay, that 6 you have to write at the top. Okay, what is the here in between? Minus 5, right? Leave the x, okay? Leave the variable. We don't need to worry about the variable. Just coefficient. So minus 5. That's it. We are done here as well. Okay. Um. We know the top value. We know the bottom. So we have 6 and minus 5. Here we need to find two numbers here, dear. Okay. Just two number. But how to find the two number? Okay, I'm having a two number called x and y. If I multiply these two number, I should get 6. Okay, if I add or subtract these two number, I need to get minus 5. As simple as that. Okay, nothing complicated here. I will get two number. If I multiply these two number, I should get 6. If I add these two number, I should get minus 5. That's it, right? So before starting that, start with the top. We need to get 6, okay? So let's start with first one. 6, 1 into 6, 6, right? Then 2 tables, 2 into 3, 6. Then 3 table, 3 into 2 also 6 only, na? Then 4 table. Whether we get 6 in the 4 table, I hope nobody would be having any doubt here. So in 4 table we don't get 6. 5 table, no way. Then 6 table, yeah, 6 into 1 also the same like the 1 into 6, no? So we can leave the 6 table. What about 7 table? We don't get 6 from 7 table onwards, right? Because 7 table onwards will be 7, 8, 9, 10. We won't get 6. So this is the only cases, you know. It can be either 1 or 6, or it can be 2 or 3. Okay, so okay. Um, which two number will come, whether it is 1 and 6 or is it 2 and 3? How to find it out? That is why we are going to see the bottom number. We need -5. Okay, so if you choose 1 and 6, if you choose 1 and 6, by multiplying that you will get what? You will get 6. But if you add 1 and 6 you will get 7, but we need -5. Okay, you can say that, sir, you can subtract this, sir. Okay, we can subtract it, like 6 minus 1 I can subtract, right? What? It will come 5, but I need -5. Then you can say, sir, you can do 1 minus 6. So 6 is the bigger one, and the bigger value having negative, so it will automatically become -5. So I got the -5 there, as simple as that. No, but here is the trick. Okay, you are choosing the number as 1 and -6, but the number will become fixed. You need to multiply with the same number only, right? But if you multiply 1 with -6, what will come? It will become -6, but we need 6 over here, right? Positive 6. So we know that this can't be the case. So the remaining cases 2 and 3, right? Let's see 2 and 3. Sorry, we're having 2 and 3, right? So if you multiply these two, it will become 6. Fine. If you add these two, it will become 5, right? But we are having what? -5 here, not a +5. So what you can do? You can do -2 and -3. So minus minus addition, right? By adding these two, you will put the negative sign, right? Okay, let's assume multiply these two. -2 into -3, 2 into 6, so 2 into 3, 6. Minus into minus what? It will automatically become positive, so positive 6. Okay, right now we got 6 as well as -5. So what are these two value? It is -2, -3, right? So we got a number. There is one more thing we need to do. Okay, in the equation we are having 2 in the beginning, right? So whenever, if it is simply x squared minus 5x plus 3, then you don't need to do anything. Okay, but if you're having anything in the in front of that x squared, any number, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, what you need to do, you need to do one more step. What is the step? After getting these two numbers, you need to divide with the same number, whatever present in the, in the front. Here we have 2, that is why I'm dividing this with 2. Okay, okay, so if you divide out, what will you get? 2 to 1. Here we can't divide it. Okay, now what we got? -1, right? Here we got -1. From here we got -3/2. We got the root. So yeah, we got -1 and we got -3/2, right? We need to do one more step, that is we have x, right? In the equation we are having x. So what you need to do, just add x before these two terms, like x minus 1. 1 will turn into x minus 1, and this will become x minus 3/2. Okay, then what you need to do, the last step. So now we got the two terms, right? This one and this one. Okay, by replacing what? We got an equation called 2x squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. This is the equation that we got from the question. and from that we derived these two, right? X minus 1 and x minus 3 by 2, right? So rather than using this particular equation, what you can do, you can replace this with these two root. So x minus 1 into x minus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. Since there exists multiplication these two between these two number, you can write it like x minus 1 equal to 0, x minus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. But you cannot do the same thing where if there exists plus or minus between these two things. Here there exists multiplication, and that is why we are able to segregate like this. Okay, note it down. So x minus 1 equal to 0. So if the 1 goes over there, then it will become x is equal to 1. Likewise, you can bring that to the right hand side. So minus 3 by 2 will become plus 3 by 2. So these are the two terms. Okay, now we are having an equation called p of, as I mentioned before, we can write it as p of x, right? P of x is equal to the question 2x squared minus 5x plus 3, right? Now we are going to replace the x with 1. So how it will be, p of 1 is equal to 2 x squared, so 1 squared minus 5 into 1 plus 3. It will become 2 minus 5 plus 3. 2 plus 3, 5, minus 5 is equal to 0. So we got 0, right? Whenever we get 0, the whatever number we replaced by the x, that number will be the root, as we saw before. So by using the method called factorization, we can easily find which number will give 0 to us. Even if you put 3 by 2 in the equation, you will get 0. Okay, these two numbers will give you 0 if you equate that into the equation, and that is why these two numbers are called a root of the equation. So we know, right? So factorization, we didn't do anything bigger here. Okay, we got the equation, okay, and we put the I, and we multiplied the first digit with the last one, we got 6, and between middle term is minus 5, we got minus 5, and we just found out which number gives 6 while multiplying and minus 5 while adding or subtracting. Okay, we got these two numbers, right? um, okay, then we equated that with x, because x is the given in the question. Then we equated these two terms with the given question equation, right? Then we equated that with 0. Likewise, we got the roots. So this is the factorization method. Okay, I can explain a bit more, but this is not a live class, so I don't know which particular point is confusing you guys. So just forgive me for that thing. I hope that this is majority of people will be able to understand right now. But if it is only if it is a live interaction, then I would be able to do more, and I can ensure that every 100% of students, no 100% of students would be able to understand things. But since it is not, if you have any doubt, you can ask that in comment section, right? So this is enough for factorization, because it's already, I think it's coming more than 20 or 30 minutes. So we have to see one more thing, right? This is going to be the last method with dimension, that is completing the square. Okay, we need to get in that equation called p of x, we need to get a 0 by substituting one number, but we don't know what number will give 0. For that only we used method one called factorization, and now method called completing the square. Here this method is comparatively difficult than factorization, but still even I mentioned it's difficult, it is subjective, just for the time being. Now you might find difficult, but if you solve 5 or 10 problems, then it will become a, you know, very easy for you guys. And one formula you need to remember here, when I mention formula, you guys don't need to get panic. It's a very let me write the formula, then you will understand how difficult it is. A plus b the whole square is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Yeah, I can understand you guys. You would be thinking, sir, I know this formula since the age is I can solve it easily. Yeah, if you're having that kind of mentality, then that's good. We can solve it as simple as that, right? So let's dive into the equation. So they have given it, right? Sorry, not this one. The given equation is 5x squared minus 2x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, 5x squared minus 6x minus 2 is equal to 0. And completing the square method. In this method, the given equation need to be converted in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. We need to bring that given equation into this form, right? So how are we going to get that? That is the thing. That's where everyone would feel very difficult in the initial time. So let's dive into the solution. First, what they're doing, they're multiplying the equation by 5. Why 5? Because there is 5, 5x squared, right? In the first equation, we're having a squared, okay, which means a is square of something. So first term has to be in the square. What is square? 2 squared 4, okay, 3 squared 9, right? 4, 9, 25, 16, 36. These are the square numbers. We need to have these numbers so that we can convert that into a squared format, right? That is why we are having 5 here. If we multiply 5 with 1, we get 1 5 only, which is not useful for us. 5 into 2, it is not a square. 5 into 3, 15. This is not square, right? So 5 into 4, 20. This is not square. 5 into 5, 25, and this is square, and that is why we are multiplying that with 5. When we multiply the equation with 5, the 5x squared, okay, the 5x squared become 25x squared, and 6x become 30x, 2 become 10. When how? By multiplying with 5. Okay, fine. Now we are having 25x squared. What is that? A squared is equal to 25x squared. Okay, then what will be the value of a? How to find out? There is a two way. You can add like this, because when 2 goes to the opposite side, goes to the right hand side, it will become square root. Okay, what is square root of 25? It is 5. What is the square root of x squared? Squared, and this will get cancelled. It will become 5x, right? Or you can do another thing. A squared is equal to, bring this term in terms of square. Like how we can use 5x the whole square, right? What is the 5x the whole square? It is 25x squared only, na? So 25x squared can be written in this way, right? So here we have 2, here we have 2. We can cancel it out. So a is equal to 5x. So in either way you can solve it, through this way or this way. So we got that a is equal to 5x, right? That is why 25x squared written like 5x the whole square, which is a squared format. Then we have minus here, which means we need to follow a minus b the whole squared formula because of the minus. So we have put minus. What is the formula? A squared minus 2ab, right? We have put 0 minus here, 2, yeah, we wrote 2 here, multiply, we have having a here. So what is the value of a? 5x, right? So we have written 5x here, multiply, then we have 3. We need to find the value of 3, right? So here we have 30 minus 30x, right? We have, like, we have a minus 2 and 5 here. What is a minus 2 and positive 5? It is minus 10, right? But we are having 30x here. So if you multiply one number with 10, you need to get 30. Then what that x will be? Obviously it has to be 3, right? Okay, I don't know whether this seems complicated or not, because of the lack of live interaction, I'm not able to look at your expression. Still, I'm assuming that it is able to, you guys able to grab the concept. Nothing, this is nothing complicated. Minus 2ab we are having in the middle term, right? We have 2 from the formula, and we know 5x because that is the value of a, into we have b. This entire term giving 30x to us equal to 30x. Okay, minus 2 and 5x is 10x into b, but we don't know value of b, but we know the final value is 30x. So if you multiply one number, b has to be a number, right? If you multiply that number with 10, you need to get 30. 10 into 1, 10, so b won't be 1. 10 into 2, 20, but we need 30. 10 into 3, 30, yeah, we need 30, so which means b is 3, right? That is why we have written b, because the formula is minus 2ab. So we have minus 2, value of a and value of b. Okay, what is the remaining? Plus b squared, right? That is why we have written plus 3 squared. But there is a one thing that you need to notice here. Okay, you have written minus 30x into 2ab format. You have converted 30x. You have converted 30x into 2 into 5 into 3. But you didn't add anything new, because we had 30x. By multiplying 2 into 5 into 3 also we are getting 30. But so we are not subtracting anything, as well as we are not adding anything. Here also we have 30, here also we have 30. Nothing, okay, no difference, right? But here we added plus b squared, which is plus 3 squared. But in this equation, do we have 3 squared? 25x squared written like this, 30x written like this, minus 10 is written here, but we need plus b squared to finish the formula, right? Because of that we added plus 3 squared. But if we simply added 3 squared, then it will disturb the equation itself. We can't do that, we should not do that. So what we are doing plus 3 squared minus 3 squared. Why? It will get cancelled, so overall the value is 0, right? So it is like adding 1 and subtracting 1. What will be the final value? 0. That is why while adding b squared, because we need b squared, along with that we are adding minus 3 squared as well, so that it will get cancelled out. So we are not making any change to the equation, right? Then in the equation we are having, from the equation we are having minus 10x, we have written here. Okay, so now it is in the form of a squared minus 2 into a into b plus b squared, right? Sorry, what happened to this? So sorry for the disturbance. So it is in the form of a squared minus 2 into a into b plus b squared, right? How we can return this? It can be written like a minus b the whole square, right? What is a here? It is 5x. That is 5x minus what is b here? It is 3. 3 is equal to whole squared, right? That is why rather than writing this part, we are writing this here. 5x minus 3 the whole square. So what will happen to its square? This is 9. So minus 10 it will come here. Okay, minus 9 minus 10. What will happen? Minus 19. So we are having 5x minus 3 the whole square is equal to 19, because this 9 minus 19, if it goes to the right and right side, it will become positive, right? So when this square goes to right hand side, it will become square root. This is basic normal thing in mathematics that you should know. If you don't know, no issues, just note it down. Whenever we are having squared here, okay, whenever we are having square, if it goes to the another side, it will become square root of b. And whenever you add square root, you need to plus or minus. It can be positive or negative, but we don't know. That is why we say like plus or minus b. And we're having square root here. If the square root goes to that side, it will become a square, like a reciprocal. This is a very ordinary mathematics thing that you should know. Note it down, okay? That is why we got when the square goes to the opposite side, it becomes 19. Okay, then we have minus 3. Bring that 3 to the right hand side, so that 5x equal to negative 3 will become positive 3, plus or minus this thing, right? So x is here, both are in multiplication, so if you bring that to the opposite side, it will become divided by 5, right? So now this is the value of x. We have two value here. How? Because one is positive, 3x plus square root of 19, then another is negative. Okay, so these two are the roots now. Okay, then we need to verify. How you can verify? Put this value into the equation, so that final value will be 0. You can try both the numbers, it will become 0. So this is a method which is called method of completing the square. They will give one equation. You need to convert that equation into a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, so that you can resolve the question. So what have we seen in the video? We know, sorry, what is polynomial. Then while explaining polynomial, we know what is variable, what is coefficient, and what is exponent, right? Then what is degree? Okay, then what is root? What is root? When the p of x is equal to 0, the whatever value that we substituted for x, that is a root. And how we find that root? By using two methods, which is called factorization method 1, then completing the square. These are the two methods through which we can identify the root. I don't know whether I have explained so many things into the one video, but it's okay, just revise it properly. Um, Over the period of time, we will see more topics in the chapter, right? Take care.